than people really realize.
Kuzma will challenge Embiid and throw it down. To Gafford. Kicks it out in the corner. Kuzma for the win. Got it!
Clutch. Kuz.
Going one-on-one. Here's Kuzma off the screen. Kuzma fade away. Oh, he hit it! Kyle Kuzma!
I'm sorry for treating you like property. Most of all, I'm sorry that I gave up on us. And you never did.
When my whiz kids landed Kyle Kuzma, I was perplexed. Dude, you know what I mean? Like, because Kuzma has this stigma around him that he's like a bit of a dum-dum. I thought Andre Blatch 2.0, he looks like he shops at Forever 31. You know what I mean? Like, when we got him, I was like, we just traded for a mannequin from Bloomingdale's. You know what I mean? Like, but I was wrong. I was dead wrong. Because, well, what we failed to realize, what I failed to realize is that man, yes, this very man right here is a tough son of a gun. This man is a smart player. He plays hard day in and day out. He guards the best player. He's not scared to take the game-winning shot. He relishes in that moment. But on top of that, the thing that caught me by surprise is this man is a leader. Players have been singing him praises since he joined the Wizards. I mean, like, I made a list, dude. I mean, Corey Kispert, Bradley Beal, Rui Hachimura, Denny Avdia, best friends. They're BFFs, dude. Those two are BFFs. Kuzma played a big instrumental role in Denny's growth last year.
Here's Denny on the run. Wizards with numbers. Kuz on the business end.
BFFs, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They probably snap each other pictures of their breakfasts every morning. I don't know. The only problem I had with Kuzma throughout his tenure and stint here with the Wizards is this.
Boy, what the hell are you wearing? Your pants! Why are you wearing a skirt?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is called wardrobe malpractice. Could you imagine? I always think of this. If a fan ran up to him and asked him for an autograph, you know what I mean? Like, he'd be like, oh, sure.
1 hour later.
Sorry, this usually doesn't happen, you know. And does anybody have scissors? Scissors, please. But besides that, there will be no Kuz slander here at the Dirty Bucket. No Kuz slander. But with that in mind, I really hope our Wizards trade his ass in the next couple months.
Trash.
Welcome to the Dirty Bucket. Please like and subscribe if you're new, if you enjoyed the video. I'm a diehard Wizards fan who is dying pretty hard while covering this freaking team. In this video, I want to go in deep about the top 5 destinations that I found online, according to experts, as to where Kyle Kuzma could possibly land. Alright, let's get on with the video. So basically, for non-Wizards fans, Kyle Kuzma, last year signed a 4-year, $90 million contract that is actually de-escalating every year. He made $25 million last year. He's going to make $23 million this upcoming year. And then it will end in the last season of his contract making $19 million a year, which is a steal for the production that he is currently giving. Last year, Kuz averaged 22 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists. In the year before that, the man averaged 21.2 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 3.7 assists. But, as we all know, and as I'm pretty sure you guys are thinking, he achieved those stats on a bad team, which means those stats can be a bit inflated. But carry on. Long story short, the Wizards, last year, well, when the new GM, Will Dawkins, took over, had no assets because the previous GM, Tommy we don't say his full name here, the Dirty Bucket, was too stubborn. And Uncle Ted, you know, you gotta give friggin' blame to Ted Leonsis. He's not even my uncle anymore, dude. I disown him as my uncle. Those two were too stubborn to rebuild and trade Bradley Beal. So, when we could have traded Kuzma, we never did. His contract expired, and you know what? For some, this is why I believe in God. Because for some reason, Kuzma loved DC. I mean, don't get me wrong, DC is a beautiful place. The DMV, home, beautiful. But it's not a major market attraction. And he resigned here with us last year with the intention of being here long term, but also Will Dawkins and Mr. Wenger promising him that if they were to trade him, they would trade him to a nice, good spot so that he can go and win another chip in his resume. We almost traded him in a trade deadline, which is very noteworthy because, as all of you guys may know, Kuzma was damn near traded to the Dallas Mavericks at the trade deadline. I found a nugget just recently that said apparently Kuzma rejected the Mavericks because he thought within himself that the Mavericks were not a championship finals contender. He thought they were some hot sauce. So after rejecting them, the Mavericks pretty much settled in for Kyle Kuzma's younger sister and friggin' Daniel Gafford. Now they're flourishing. They're having a happy life, taking pictures on Instagram and all that fun stuff. And now, apparently, the Mavericks are still somewhat interested in Kyle Kuzma, which I found very interesting. I didn't know that. The Mavericks want to go for the entire family tree, apparently. So after scouring the internet, because that's what I do, I scour the internet, I went to some dark places, dude. By scouring, I mean page 10 of Google. That's what scouring, I mean. It was pretty bad. You know what I mean? Note to self, don't scour the internet on your work computer. Let me write that down, dude. Don't scour the internet on the work. You'll end up in some freaking fishy places. But I found here the top 5 most likely trade scenarios and realistically trade scenarios for Kyle Kuzma. So let's get on with the list. So with the first trade that I found was Kyle Kuzma to the Sacramento Kings for Harrison Barnes, a 2026 first-round pick, and 2 second-round picks. Personally, I think this is a good deal for both sides, even though I believe that the Wizards can get more. I personally don't think a 2026 first-round pick will suffice because the Kings are going to be good. That pick is going to be around the 15 to 17 range, and if they get Kyle Kuzma, they're probably going to get in the 20 range. I don't know about that trade. Even though I like the fit with Kuzma with the Kings, because right now I think they need a third scorer. Fox and Sabonis can only do so much. And then also, if Malik Monk were to leave, they will need another scorer. I think that Kuzma can be a top 4 player on a championship contender team. He can be the 4th option. But I also think that his ultimate role, could be like that 6th man off the bench. And he can play that Malik Monk role to a T. This is a trade that I see very often out there on the internet. I mean, that's freaking after page 10. I don't really like this trade, but I do see it as a realistic scenario. I would want the Kings to add in more, but let's continue. The second trade that I found, this is a trade that actually most Wizards fans actually want, and they keep playing for. You go to any Wizards page, dude, you see this trade there. Is Kuzma to the Grizzlies for the 9th overall pick and a salary cap filler. I don't want to talk about trades where it's just mostly like a lopsided trade. You know what I mean? Like when your homerism takes full control of your body. I hate those type of people. You're like, dude, be realistic. Both sides have to agree to a trade. And I saw a lot of trades that were including G.G. Jackson into this trade. There is no way that the Grizzlies will give up G.G. Jackson on top of the 9th overall pick. Like, come on, like, Wiz fans, like, come on. Like, I do think, for some reason, even though the 9th pick does seem pretty high, this draft is, widely considered as one of the worst drafts in recent memory. That 9th overall pick loses value because of that. So I think this is feasible. This is the trade that I want. Kuzma to the Grizzlies for the 9th overall pick, because then we get the 9th overall pick, we stay put at 2, we get 2 top 10 picks this year. You can get Zachary Richache and Matas Buzelis at number 9. You can get Stephon Castle, a guy who I really like, at Matas Buzelis at number 9. You can even maybe land Alex Sarr at number 2. And Matas Buzelis. You see a trend? I'm a big fan of Matas Buzelis, dude. I like Matas Buzelis. Give me Matas Buzelis on my team, please. Anyways, I really like this fit for the Grizzlies. I think this team with Kuzma can go very far in the playoffs. Well, I mean, it is the West, but and plus Kuzma can defend. You can put Kuzma at the 4, put Kuzma at the 3, I think this is a trade that could actually be meaningful and very impactful for both sides. Maybe the Wizards might have to include a second-round pick to appease the Grizzlies to get that 9th overall pick. But this is the trade that I would do. Another one that I keep seeing is Kyle Kuzma to the Lakers. His previous team. A team where they are still in love with him, apparently. LeBron James raves about this man, this fashionista. The trade is D'Angelo Russell, who, I have to confirm this. I'm a bad freaking sports journalist because I think this man has a player option, but I'll confirm that later. Jalen Hood, who was a recent draft pick, and a number 17th overall pick this year. I think this trade is somewhat mid. We get that first round pick. I'll be at number 17 in a weak draft. Not sure how I like about that. I think this trade will basically revolve around whether the Wizards really like Jalen Hood or not. If they freaking liked him coming out of the draft, he didn't really have that great of a rookie season, with the Lakers. The man averaged 1.6 points. He had a shit rookie season. If we're going to get this trade, the Lakers will need to add more draft picks, more future draft picks. The Wizards apparently love second-round picks. Maybe add in 2 more second-round picks. But I'm not a big fan of this trade. I feel like we can get more. Carry on. Number 4, Kyle Kuzma going to the Heat for Tyler Hero and a future first-round pick. I'm not a big fan of this trade. I do like the fit, though, with Kuzma to the Heat. That will be a perfect fit for him. He'd be taking out the scoring performance from Jimmy Buckets and Bam Adebayo. I don't know. I kept seeing this as the Heat who are very interested in Kyle Kuzma. But we have Jordan Poole. I don't want freaking Tyler Hero on our team with Jordan Poole. No. What the fuck? The IQ is going to be like 32. Combined IQ of these two schmucks. While I do believe the Heat is a viable contender for Kyle Kuzma's services, this trade is dog water. A future first, unless that future first is after Jimmy Buckets, maybe even Jimmy Butler might get traded, but unless that future first is like way later where the Heat's gonna suck, I don't know. I feel like the Heat can offer more. Carry on. The 5th one that I see a lot and that I've been wanting since last year, but anyways, is Kyle Kuzma to the Warriors for Andrew Wiggins and a 2027 first rounder. This is my second favorite one because by 2027, the Warriors could be complete ass. And by the way, that 2027 has to be unprotected. No condom, please. And if the Warriors are complete ass, that pick could be very high. So, albeit we will have to wait to reap the benefits, it could be a long worth wait. Kuzma with the Warriors will be fit perfectly. I originally wanted Kuzma to be traded to the Warriors for Kuminga. But Kuminga broke out last year, and it looks like he's a building block. He looks like a future all-star. So there's no way in hell the Warriors are going to trade him. But Andrew Wiggins, they might. But if they really want to get rid of Andrew Wiggins' contract and add in a plus in Kyle Kuzma, who could be the 4th scoring option, then you're going to have to make the 2027 first rounder unprotected. I want no protections on that thing. Now, those are the top 5 trades that I see often for the Kyle Kuzma. But one trade that I keep thinking to myself, and this is my trade proposal, okay? My trade proposal is Kyle Kuzma to the Indiana Pacers. I love that fit. Kyle Kuzma, seeing the Pacers in the playoffs, they need a viable 3rd scoring option besides Miles Turner. And Kyle Kuzma under Rick Carlisle, that would be a nice complementary piece for them. He would fit in perfectly with them. The only thing that I keep thinking, what will be the return? Because the Pacers just gave up some draft picks for Pascal Siakam. Now hear me out and listen closely. I know fucking Uncle Ted wants first round picks or draft picks. What about Ben Mathurin? What about Ben Mathurin? Wiz fans, would you guys like Ben Mathurin? And again, I don't know I feel like maybe Ben Mather might be too much for the Pacers to give up. Even though he did have a good rookie season, he did take a step back last year. I'm not sure if the Pacers would want to give him up. Ben Mathurin's only 22 years old. He's about to be 22 years old. Could you imagine our wing rotation with Bilal Coulibaly and Ben Mathurin? That would be a nice rotation. That's one that I keep thinking about. I think the Pacers would love to add Kuzma, but they would have to get creative. Maybe the third team to involve draft picks. But yeah, that was 10 pages of Google research, everybody. Let me know what you guys think. Which trade do you guys think is the best and most realistic for the Wizards to trade Kyle Kuzma? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I can't say that enough. Until the next report, till next video, see y'all.